Brian Particelli from twofab.com. Pleasure to meet you, Raul. Been a fan for a bit, and I really enjoyed this film. I mean, it's Guy Ritchie. How can you not?
Thank you.
But for you, I guess, did you have a favorite Guy Ritchie project coming into this? And, what maybe were you surprised to learn when you started working with them?
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to pick. I remember when Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels came out. I remember where I was when I saw Snatch for the first time. The Gentleman was like one of the last movies I saw in a movie theater before everything shut down. So I mean, it's hard to pick one, but certainly I've been a big fan of his for a long time. When this came across, it was a no-brainer for me. And when I saw that it was him and Jason collaborating, I thought that was really exciting because they haven't collaborated in a long time. And and then I read the script, and the script is just phenomenal. So and the character's a lot of fun, and Guy really knows how to put a cast together, obviously, and this is right in line with that.
I was going to say this cast is pretty stacked, yourself included. Just at what point in the process did you come in? Were other names already attached, or I guess, and if not, what was your reaction when they keep adding new people to it?
For sure, no, I was kind of late in the game. I think from the time I was cast, it was only a couple of weeks before I was shipped off to London to go do weapons training. So I think Jason was already cast, Holt was cast, maybe Jeff and Laz. Scott Eastwood were cast, and then so a lot of the UK actors were complete surprises to me. Eddie Marson, right, or Alex Burns, and that was really cool to get to go to London and shoot over there, and then go to LA. It was a first for me working in London, so that was a dream come true in a lot of ways. But the cast was a riot. I mean, we had so much fun. It's such a dark, gritty movie, but we had so many good laughs. We it was just such a great ensemble to be a part of. Get to trade war stories with actors that you've admired for a long time. I'm someone that I like to work. I sort of learn kinetically, like in the room. I learn by doing, and certainly there was a lot to learn from this film, and to watch all these brilliant actors work was a dream come true.
And what was the weapons training like for you? Did you do this before or after Army of the Dead? I'm curious which one was, because similar heists.
Right.
Weapons.
No, I know I have a theme going. This was right. So I shot this right after Army of the Dead. And so I had plenty of weapons training for that as well. And then for this one, I think more than the training itself was the kind of chemistry we built as a unit, because we have these characters that play a former military unit who carry out these missions now back in the stateside, and I think it served. I mean, there was a lot of technical stuff that we learned, certainly with with the weapons themselves, but part of the rapport that we built during that time was priceless. You can't. That's the kind of stuff that you see on the screen, and because it was sort of fly by the seat of your pants, the filmmaking aspect of it, we had very little time to kind of build that rapport. But I think it just clicked, and that's where I think sort of Guy's genius of putting people together in a room and watching it explode, so to speak. But it was cool to have that time for that.
Yeah. And for you, you do end up getting cast as one of Jason Statham's rivals. That obviously doesn't end well for many people in his track record of films. I guess, what starts going through your mind?
How so?
Just, is it an honor, I guess, to go head to head against Jason Statham?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like a, action, god. So that it was a lot of fun, but it was intimidating for sure. But it was definitely a lot of fun. And an honor.
And I guess, how is it seeing how him and Guy work together? And even Holt, when I spoke to him, was saying, they have this shorthand basically, and you get to witness it. But is it easy to maybe catch on to as well?
For sure. I mean, Guy has a really specific way of working. He works unlike anyone I've ever worked with, and it's a riot. I mean, that set was you never knew what was going to happen next. You kind of, we all, you know, a lot of times actors will go back to the trailer or go back to the dressing room because, you know, you just want to, but you kind of wanted to be on set every day to see what was happening, just to be a
You
witness.
didn't want to miss anything.
You know, it was a riot for sure.
And now when the trailer came out, a lot of people were, I think, surprised to see Post Malone in it. Obviously, we know he's not in it for very long. You can tell that from the trailer itself. It's not a spoiler, but did you get to cross paths with him at all? Or
I didn't know. No, sadly, no. But his scene is great. He's really great in the film.
And, you know, I did want to ask about Army of the Dead just because the trailer looks awesome. I can't wait. I know I'm doing the junket for that down the line a little bit too, but I guess, how was it filming these back to back? You know, similar subjects, but obviously very, very different films. You know, one is filled with zombies.
Because Wrath of Man came after Army of the Dead, there was this sort of like moment. There was a deja vu moment where I was standing around in tactical gear and my weapon, you know, after having just done that for 3 months with zombies, you know.
You're like, where are the zombies at?
Totally. There was a bit of deja vu. But I felt like, you know, I felt like a well-oiled machine by the time I got to London to shoot Wrath of Man. In that sense, I came up in, you know, sort of the theater indie world.
Yeah.
And the last year has been just jam-packed with action projects. And I sort of have expanded my sort of wheelhouse, you know, as an actor. And that's a lot of fun. I always want to learn new things, and I want to try different genres and explore different kinds of characters. So it was pretty cool doing them back to back, and also working with someone like Zack Snyder, working with someone like Guy Ritchie. These guys are like real auteurs. They're like such visionaries, and they're absolute greats, 100%.
Now I know Rian Johnson was talking about how he was so grateful that you came to film the Knives Out scene, even though it didn't make it into the film.
Yeah.
Can we get you in the sequels, maybe, now that they're going to Netflix?
That's what I'm hoping for, man. Right? It's so cool to work for. He was, I mean, he's another one who has such a, you know, distinct visual style, and I mean, Knives Out was. I'm such a fan of that film. That film was so wonderful, and I feel proud to just have been, you know, a little part of it. And
you're in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly, in the trailer.
And last question, though, you talked about how, you know, your kind of scope is expanding with the types of projects you're doing. What's something maybe you haven't done yet that you would love to explore? Maybe push yourself outside your comfort zone a little more, maybe.
It's not something that I haven't done a series in a while. I kind of came up doing a series. I did Looking and Atypical in 7 seconds, but now I've had a couple of years of doing a lot of film work, which is, aside from theater, one of my original loves. I love film, but I'm excited to maybe find a series to go back to, because I feel like films are like short stories, and series are like novels. You get to explore characters over like greater lengths of time, and I feel like I'm feeling that bug to jump back into a series. So maybe something will come along that's right.
All right. Well, I hope we see it. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and good luck with everything.